Coach Prime took us into the last play of the game of the Orange Blossom Classic against the FAMU Rattlers, where it showed the JSU Tigers defense being able to get a stop against the Rattlers to win that Orange Blossom Classic game. And in which many of you may say to yourselves, hey, that play right there could have possibly solidified what we could expect from the Jackson State Tigers defense for the remainder of the season. But guys, we're going to go ahead and get into the recap of Coach Prime Fall Season Episode 2. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. All my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share, and hit that notification bell so you can get these upcoming videos as well. And don't forget, tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and tap on in and get into episode 2, the recap of the fall season. I love the fact that they showed the different professional football scouts that came out there to check out some of the players that they may possibly want to draft in this upcoming NFL draft. We already know that is one thing that Coach Prime is really hanging his hat on, is the fact that he's looking to get more players from the HBCU ranks drafted into the NFL, because there's players out there on the field week in and week out that are more than capable of doing the things necessary for them to have a shot to play in the NFL. And to see that these scouts were at the practices asking Coach Prime different questions about certain athletes was a phenomenal thing. Like Coach Prime told me, he said, listen, I'm not about to sit here and sugarcoat nothing for these daggone scouts, letting them know that you're something that you're not. Because the end all be all, they turn that film on and they get to looking at things that you do on the film, they already know. As we saw, there was guys out there that had been recruiting for 30 years. There's another guy out there looking at the energy of the players out there on the field to see what type of energy you would bring to their program or bring to their organization if they decide to bring you in for a possibility of wanting to draft you. I mean, it's like the little stuff. It's like the little tedious things that they need. But that biggest thing in the world, character. Without character, you have nothing. Make sure you keep on getting things together and keep working on your craft. Prime and the Jackson State Tigers football staff, they want to see more athletes, more HBCU athletes in the pros. And I'm sure that goes for all of the HBCUs combined. They want to see more of the HBCU athletes get into the NFL ranks. Kind of glad to see Coach Prime sit Aubrey Miller down to get him polished up as far as doing after game interviews. And I'm like, look what he's able to accomplish now. Now he got an NIL, now he has an NIL deal, and he's doing great things. So, and he hasn't even, the draft has not even taken place yet. So kudos to him, man, on taking the necessary advice from his coaches and using it to his advantage to move forward. Here really got me. Tim Robinson, who got hurt out there on the field, messed up his ACL, he's still around the team even though he's injured. And you got to give that young man some credit, because a lot of guys, they'll be sulking right now. They will be down. They will be down and out. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves, because it's like, why me? I mean, the pity party. I mean, you see it all the time. You see it in high school. Man, I'm always getting hurt. I'm always getting a concussion. This young man is upbeat, positive vibes. I love the positive vibes, man. That's what Coach Walker say. Keep them positive vibes into existence, man. Keep talking it into existence until you see it happen. That's what it's all about. Give affirmations all the time. Stay positive. Even when a negative situation comes, get positive about it and move forward. Because guess what? The longer you stay negative, the longer that issue is going to stay there with you, and it's just going to drag you further down. That's not something that you want to do. But I'm glad to see this young man is upbeat, moving forward, and he's looking to be a better person, not only for himself, but also in his community. And he dang so looking to get back out there and play ball. So I can't wait to see that as well. The other thing was Coach Prime talking to, he got back on the offensive line again. And like I stated in the previous video, the effort, you got to give more effort. When you're out there on the field, you got to look at your tendencies. You got to hold yourself accountable. And a lot of times, guys are looking at it from the standpoint of, if I did it right one time, I could take 2 plays off. No, you have to do it right every time. If you want to get out here and get paid, you got to do it right every time. If it's something that you're missing or lacking, then guess what? Get with your coaches, figure that out, get out there and go work. Don't just look at it like, man, we got the camera shine in front of us, we chill. Not saying that's what they're doing, but what I am saying is that, yes, they took a beating. They took a strong tongue lashing on, losing that game against Louisiana Monroe. And as I stated before, it's just the little things. You got to work on that craft. First step coming out your stands, you should automatically know what it is that you're looking to do. Either your pass blocking, your run blocking. That's first thing. And then from there, what's your assignment? The assignments are easy. I'm like, hey man, look at how the defense is set up. If the defense is set up a particular way, and you know what the play, is. So hey, go with the play. So I got why Coach Primes said, hey man, we should be able to run the ball. State rushing the ball this past season was 3 yards per carry. They got to get better at running the ball. And I mean, I'm sure these young men will get that together, because a lot of these young men were freshmen. This was their first time being out there on the field with that type of pressure on them. So to that end, I'll give them credit on that, because guess what? Yeah, they was taking in a lot as far as what was being expected of them. I don't think a lot of those players, if you ask them, I don't believe they might even been coached up like that in high school. I'm just gonna keep it a bean with you, because you can look and see how a lot of them were so accustomed to certain things being done a particular way. And I always say, depending upon the system that you're playing in, things could change. They could shift slightly here. You might have to give a little extra effort as far as with sinking your hips and doing the things you need to do to get that, to drive that player out of the hole. So I got that part. I understand. I understood that correctly. But the craziest thing to me was the fact that when Coach Primes said that they got one heck of a recruiting budget on $15,700. We recruiting a Power 5 program off a hood budget. Man, I sat there and shook my head like, nah, that's crazy. $15,700 for a recruiting budget? Come on, bro. You already cut that out. I mean, honestly, truly, I have to give Jackson State and Coach Prime credit for their marketing genius. I mean, with that type of money being allotted to them for them to recruit, and they're able to get the type of players to come into the program that they're bringing in, man, that speaks volumes. I'm sorry. You just got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, you can dislike it, you can hate it, whatever it is you wish to do. But at the end of the day, you got to show, you have to understand the fact that these guys is putting in work. I'm definitely glad to see the camaraderie with Tony Gray and the other linemen, with them going out to get the manicures and pedicures. That's cool. You got to take care of your feet. You don't take care of your feet, you playing out there on the field, boy, it's going to be hard road for you, because trust me, you got folks stepping on your feet all the time out there playing on that offensive line. And you definitely want to make sure you keep your toes groomed, get that dead skin off your feet, so that, your feet not hurting out there on the field, whereas to a point that you don't want to, you don't want to move, you don't want to step, you don't want to stand. It's hard for you to stand on your feet. And I'm glad to see Tony Gray is paying it forward with those players, and hopefully they'll go back and do the same thing for the younger players that come into the program once he's gone. But also Tony Gray understood it's a collective effort that everybody has to put in to get to where they're trying to go. I honestly believe that offensive line is going to be a lot better this season than they were last season, because now they got formidable competition that's going to be there, that's going to help iron sharpen iron. So you better believe folks going to have to dig in and get after it, or they're going to be sitting on the sideline next to Coach. Coach Prime gave them the game on that Louisiana-Monroe game. I had to tip my hat to him on that, because that's the first time that I actually heard somebody, explain it to him like that, in which is the honest to God truth. Yeah, they're paying for you to come play them so they can kick your teeth in. That's another reason why a lot of these FBS schools, FCS, higher level schools don't want to come to HBCUs to play them, because guess what? They already know, hey, look, we can ready to blow y'all out and kick you in your mouth. So y'all just come up here and take this check. That's all y'all really want, is this check. Go get this check, take this butt whooping and go home. Coach Prime let his players know, hey, listen, I believe in you. We got the players to get out here and really get after this thing. And it was a close game. QB1, Shedeur Sanders, yeah, he took that game personally when he threw that interception. You could tell by the look on his face. It's like, man, he knew he blew it. He knew that he threw that ball late, in which it allowed that defender to intercept that ball. So that was something I got to give him credit on that. He did. He definitely, that one, I think that one kind of hurt him more so than anything else until towards the end of the season, where I'm sure they're going to talk about the Celebration Bowl. But I'll wait and get into all of that once that episode drops, with them talking about that. But again, I'm just, like I said, watching all of this, I can honestly say that this is beautiful, not only for the players and future student athletes, but it's beautiful for the culture, because I honestly would like to see this go on with all of the HBCUs, so that they can start putting the information out there for these players to see what you got, what's being offered for them to want to come there and become a part of the program. Come on, guys. Everybody got to step this up. Hey, I'm showing love to everybody. Let's go. All right? But until next time, we're going to get into episode 3. I just want to give that rundown on episode 2, but we'll get into episode 3 after it's dropped. Until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. And remember, be the one and lead.